90% win rate after first blood, 82% win rate after first tower. Like, these are insane stats, and if you're JD, you have to try and keep them in check in this early game. I think they have the composition to do so here. We'll have to see if they'll be capable of doing that.
It's time to jump into Summoner's Rift here and get this series underway. eStar against JDG. eStar second on the standings. JDG fifth and hot on their heels. They're looking for an 8th win. We'll see if they can find it or if eStar will maintain their position.
So in this early game, Kanavi should certainly have control over Wei.
Oh no,
Chelsea.
Oh, what a way to start it all off. The Janna pick walks face first into a whole team. And this is such a weird level 1 from JDG. You're never going to expect that from Chelsea.
No, it's a bit of a cheese trap, but it set them off on the right track. Kanavi picking up first blood here means he can go and get a longsword. So as I was about to say, Kanavi has control of this jungle matchup. Now it becomes even stronger as well. So we'll be on Wei to see if he can have that early game impact to counteract what's happened just so far for JDG.
Interesting to see the lethal tempo here for Yagao as well instead of the fleet footwork. Going for a bit more damage in the team fights as opposed to just that lane sustain. And you do have a bit more freedom to do that against something like an Azir that you can just farm up with. But it's interesting. I want to go back to that level 1 because how often do you see a support just walk on through the brushes in the bottom lane? I feel like that's research from JDG. That shows to me that they were coming in knowing what Xiaoxi was planning.
Well, you have to start researching eStar. I think that was the problem with a lot of teams when eStar first joined the league was, oh, Xiaoxi, not again.
Oh, not like this. The Ren stacking up already. Heal used, flash used. Loken can't get in range to proc his Ren though. But that is 3 summoners burned for eStar. Now on to Xiaobai. JDG have their foot firmly down on the accelerator. Xiaobai forced to flash. Kanavi can't quite finish it. Oh, he's going to go for it. The dance of arrows and the auto. Kanavi gets another.
We wanted to find out if JDG could match early game pressure. They've shown eStar how to have early game pressure. Wei wants to bite back though.
eStar are not done. Xiaobai's back in the top lane and Wei's flashing forward onto Kanavi. They will answer with a kill onto Kindred. Can Xiaobai survive now? Zoom won't be able to collapse onto this Renekton. The sustain is there. The slice and dice to follow up. Wei can finish this one alone, but Xiaobai, he wants the killing blow, and he'll be gifted it by his jungler. Zoom can't go anywhere, and the Meek are cold.
Brilliant turnaround from eStar there. Just as the early game was starting to go completely astray from them, they managed to get some kills back. So Xiao, oh no.
Oh, Wei's going to go straight back in. Zoom, what have you done? The Pillar of Filth means he will not be able to do his namesake. He has to stay here. And Xiaobai with 2 kills before 3 minutes on Renekton.
And a massive blunder here from Zoom because not only did he just TP in, but Xiaobai and Wei can pretty handily push this top lane in, loses all that golden experience, as well as giving the 2 kills over. You can already see 150 bounty for Renekton.
And now Kanavi looks to answer that straight onto Wink. He knows that summoners aren't going to be available. Flash from Lumao. Xiaoxi will fall. And immediately another kill goes their way. It's the 3rd one for Kanavi.
Chelsea's just getting bullied on this pick. I was so confused when he locked it in to begin with. I know that you can use it. Ooh, hang on.
Mounting Dread onto Wink. Are they going to go for this? Forces the flash. No summoners now for the eStar spot lane.
Yeah, this is disastrous for eStars, and this was actually where RNG put their pressure down in their last series against eStars and made them struggle. We're seeing it once again here.
Wei is not going to let Zoom play this game. Does have the searing charge, so he walks away. Worth mentioning, Trundle against Ornn, you can deny his single escape by putting a wall in front of it.
Yeah, the searing charge won't be going anywhere, and to be honest, this is a complete reverse of what I expected in this, but Kanavi's still going in the mid. Won't quite get onto Crying. This is a game where I expected eStars to still play towards bot lane. That's been their forte in a lot of their series, and it was JDG that should be playing around top. We've swapped this around, and it is Xiaobai who's getting all these resources dedicated to him by Wei, and it's Wink and Xiaoxi who are struggling as a result.
But it's interesting because eStar clearly changed the strategy when you think about the draft. Usually it's Xiaoxi on something like a Thresh, a Nautilus, a Leona. Massive trade there for Xiaobai. On a Janna, he can't set these plays up in the bottom lane, and it means that Wei has to look elsewhere to find an advantage.
So the Janna does work well in this scenario where you can deny the engage from Lumao if you can spot him. You can also use the W of Janna to really hinder Loken being able to go aggressive, because not only do you get the slow, which hurts the move speed, but as a result, that hurts the move speed of the Kallista's auto attack. It hasn't worked out so far though, because he keeps walking in these damn bushes where Luma is stunning him up over and over. So unfortunately this pick so far for Xiaoxi has netted 3 kills for Kanavi, who's very quickly starting to ramp up in this game.
And we're looking at a very aggressive top lane here for eStar, where you've got Renekton with 2 already. On the other side, you've got the jungler that's ahead for JDG. As we move towards the mid game here, do we have a favorite moving forward? Because both teams seem to have significant advantages, just in different ways.
If we're just talking straight up mid-game, you know, that 25-minute mark, it's certainly going in favor of JDG. 2 items for Yagao, Loken, Kanavi is such a strong point for the JDG lineup. Whereas when you look towards Cryin, he wants to take a little bit more time to get his items. Same with Wink, when you go for these crit-style AD carries, they're looking more at that 3-item point. So there is a point in time where JDG can look to abuse eStars here.
JDG going to be playing this one very safe. They know that Wei is missing right now. Could be bottom side. And really great to see that respect coming out from Loken and Lumao. Kanavi on the other side is going to find Xiaobai way out of position. No flash. The Mounting Dread and a Dance of Arrows. A 4th kill for Kanavi.
Xiaobai moved forward there to try and get the slice and dice, the second proc to get him out of danger, but unfortunately it was slice and no dice as Xiaobai will go down, and now Dragon will be answered by eStar on this bottom side, but watch Kindred getting a point of contact for another stack on this top side.
That will be the 2nd stack for Kanavi here, which you're kind of expecting him to have more off of how aggressive he's been, but not being able to get the marks on his targets before getting the kills.
Look, I think he's going to be pretty happy. Maybe he hasn't got the marks, but he's got 4 kills, a Caulfield's Warhammer, and oh, don't do it to him. Don't.
Look, this is just revenge now.
Yeah.
Because Xiaobai and Wei did this to Zoom. It is Xiaobai's turn to feel the wrath here. Call of the Forge God. Xiaobai just desperate to get away. The rest of his squad is on the way, though. Dominance not available. Xiaobai survives, though. Flash from Kanavi as Wei comes in. What a pillar. That is beautiful. But Yagao is here to answer. He's looking to return the damage. Cryin forced to flash. They're running out of summoners here, and that's going to be a searing charge. Great knock-up. Cryin goes down. Wei desperate to escape, but oh, he still had his flash. Just gets out.
It's complete disaster for eStars though, and JDG can now have complete control over this top side. The beauty about this situation is JDG aren't in a position to try and back right now if you look towards Loken and Lumao. So they're pushed underneath the tower. They'd be falling behind on tempo when it came to rotating towards this Rift Herald. But because you've got 4 kills onto Kindred now, she can handily win out in these skirmishes as you just saw. So Rift Herald for JDG is almost certain.
He's going to get the blue buff, looking towards the Skull Crab as well. Wei wants to contest. Smite not available here for Kanavi. He wants it so bad, it's a mark for him, but he won't get it. Nicely done by Wei to answer here. Not let Kanavi take everything.
JDG didn't start up this Rift Herald quick enough. So now you've got where Wink and Xiaoxi have backed. They've bought a BF sword for Wink, whereas the bottom lane for JDG have just had to walk straight here. Only a Vamp Scepter for Loken. This is a much more even fight for eStars now.
The bot lane for JDG still in the mid lane right now. They're not going to be able to get here quickly enough. Oh, it goes to 1 HP. Will be picked up by Kanavi, but at what cost? He loses his top laner, and now the fight for eStar. Can they turn this into more? Yagao goes straight onto the back line, but he's exhausted. Lumao with the Radiance. Kanavi gets the Lamb's Respite. Everybody's invincible, but Kanavi gets over the wall. Xiaobai follows him. Will finish the kill off. That's a huge shutdown for him. Wei now onto Loken. Oh, the Monsoon heals everybody. Wei goes back in. Xiaobai's here. Double for the Croc as Yagao falls.
And that's the power of back timings, dedicated purely through Wink and Kanavi. Wink goes back and picks up that BF sword, which makes him so strong. Kanavi hadn't backed after picking up all those kills, hadn't finished his jungle item, so still a lot of gold in his inventory. So JDG, having not spent their gold and resources they picked up, fall to eStars, and suddenly this gold lead is all back to even.
Xiaobai is massive right now. 4-2-2 gets an extra plate as well, but look at the beauty of this team fight.
35 health on that Rift Herald. But as you can see, look, Wink is already in a position here. Loken and Lumao are late to the party. So Yagao, when he goes in aggressively, doesn't really have much in the way of support here. Wink and Cryin do a great job to escape away. But the problem here, again, no real damage picked up for them just yet.
Bottom lane though, Shousy's been caught once again. Does have his flash available this time. Kanavi takes a good chunk back. Does have a ton of sustain though. Obviously with the Kindred buffs, will be able to heal himself back up. Now, as we push in towards this bottom side, they want to try and find some plates. Loken did manage to get the Herald. I thought they weren't able to grab it, but the ADC, they want to secure that objective. They get one plate for themselves. Way's coming in.
Yagao and Crying are roaming as well, though. This is a 4v4.
I think JDG happy to back away from this one. They got 3 plates for themselves, and I think they decide that's all they're going to be able to get. Yagao and Crying trading here in the Corki Azir.
This is technically a win, though, for eStars. The towers are what JDG want to take down to accelerate their game. As you said, they hit hardest in the mid game. But because that tower still stays standing on the bottom side, makes it easier for eStars to hold on to these structures and wait until they're scaling into that later stage of the game. So eStars here, as long as they can hold out and keep these outer structures up for as long as possible, they're in better shape.
Kanavi heading to the bottom lane again. I think he's going to back away. Wink wants to go for the CS. Lumao is just waiting for him to step too far forward. Okay, I don't think we see a play here. While we've got a second, I want to revisit the B-roll we looked at right at the start of this series. We watched eStars getting dismantled by RNG, and it really exemplifies the point that when eStar fall behind, they're a team that struggles to find a way back in. This series, though, they're showing, even when they're behind, they've learned from that RNG series, and they are happy to continue to fight for the victory.
And they're doing it at the right timings, as we talked about. This is something eStar are very good at in the early game, is finding these little moments where they're still stronger or even in lanes where they shouldn't be to fight. This right now, though, a little bit more of a dodgy situation.
Wing doesn't have flash available, will get stunned by the Dazzle. The minion saves him from the Pierce, though. Meantime, Kanavi and Way. Kanavi's level 8, does have the smite advantage and will secure the dragon. Way realizes there's no way for him to go for that.
He tried to actually go for it. It was Way smite. It was Way smite, and it was Kanavi's auto that finished it. So close call there. Unfortunately, Way not quite able to finish it off. So while Xiao Bai started to roam in case some fights start to happen, gives Zoom the opportunity to take these towers in the top side. So again, we start to see these outer structures get in a little bit low, and with Kanavi's attention being drifting towards these top and bottom lanes, it feels like only a matter of time before JDG can crack these turrets.
You know, it's been a bit of an odd game when Ornn has taken 4 tower plates in the top lane. That's not how this is normally meant to go. Him and Xiao Bai are going to be trading back and forth here.
Also, when it's a 0-3 Ornn, who's a level above a 4-2 Renekton. Renekton has been moving around to try and help out so often that Zoom has just had time to farm up. He's got a CS advantage, and this is now looking like, okay, if we're looking towards the team fights that'll be happening in the next few minutes, JDG are in a great shape.
Especially in the bottom lane. When you look at the items on the AD carries, Loken with the Blade of the Rune King already, only the BF sword for Wing. Granted, he's got his boots, but realistically, I'm going to take the tier 3 item there every time.
We're going to be looking at the next fight being more than likely around this Rift Herald in just about 2 to 2.5 minutes time. So if that's going to be the case, right, eStars, I don't really see a way where you can fight this. You're pretty far behind when it comes to items. Your composition doesn't really do very much right now. So you can see what Way is trying to do to stop this is get a pick on towards the top lane. But when you've got Yagao with the package, it's such a risky business going for some sort of play here on Zoom.
So we're going to get the knock-up onto Xiao Bai here. He wants the call of the Forge God as well. Will find the double there. And Kanavi gets the first kill of the fray. Now Way going to be trying to finish off the Lamb and the Wolf, but the Lamb's respite keeps him alive. Kanavi with another double. 6 kills now on the Kindred.
And this is a massive issue now for eStars. Kanavi is taking over this game. And what a wonderful performance from Kanavi as well. We only saw him come in summer 2019. Really didn't have the best of games throughout that split. But in 2020, this guy's taken on a whole new level.
And the Kanavi buffs, the Kindred buffs coming
Kanavi buffs.
Feels like a Kanavi buff. And it does feel like it has kind of revitalized this champion, because bear in mind, we saw Kanavi play this pick 4 times before the buffs ever came through. He was already happy to play the Kindred. With extra power behind that pick, it just goes up in priority.
And look at how JDG want to try and play these fights. You haven't got really strong lockdown on eStars. You've got to actually get Xiaobai in, or, you know, kind of a Trundlebillar, but not the best sort of engage. So JDG have a great opportunity to start kiting away. Kanavi can do it, Yagao can do it, Loken can do it really well. So in these scenarios, JDG, if they do find fights where they're able to just poke and prod, move around the inadequate forms of CC, they can make stuff work.
Okay, I thought they were going to go for a dive there. Wing did get stunned by the Dazzle. They're still going to keep up with this fight because Kanavi is nearby.
Will get spot on the ward now, though, so Wink and Xiaoxi will start to run. This is one of the bigger problems that we see with JDG, is not prioritizing these early objectives. Rift Heralds have gone across, Dragons have gone across, and now eStars have a chance to answer for some of this pressure.
No package available for Yagao. Denied on the, oh, here we go, flash from Wing. Lumao trying to finish off the kill as well. Loken's exhausted. Fate's call to get the double knockup, but he's knocked up himself as well by the Hurricane. Now in comes Xiaobai straight underneath this tower. Lumao get it pretty low. Wink has a lot of damage, and the Monsoon keeps everyone healthy. Loken falls, and Zoom can't do anything. He might be fed on the Ornn. Oh, actually, he can do something. Gets one kill for himself, but it is only going to be the one. Wink desperately trying to survive. Zoom doing so much on the Ornn. This shouldn't be allowed. Xiaoxi has nothing. Cryan trying to finish this tank off. Will finally cut him down.
Ornn is putting in work for JDG, but the whole fight has gone disastrously for them. eStars with the teleport play shut down the aggression, and don't forget, while this is all going on, they did manage to pick up that Rift Herald on the top side as well. So this over for eStars has been a fantastic turn of events. Lumao does get a great engage here, but the problem is they don't have the follow-up damage because Kanavi isn't quite there yet. Xiaoxi holds on to this Monsoon for so long, baits JDG in here, and then thinks, oh, we can get onto Wink, we can get Wink. But there it is, shuts down the play, and meanwhile Xiaobai is completely controlling Zoom and Kanavi.
And the Howling Gale from Xiaoxi was magnificent. Completely denied the follow-up engage. I mean, Wink getting caught up by the... What was that? He like slid sideways during the charge. I don't know. Either way, great fight coming through. Zoom, the absolute MVP there in the end. The tower did go down, and now JDG with a second Drake of the game for themselves.
The tower in the mid lane did go down while all this was going on, though. Remember that Rift Herald we talked about Wei picking up? He actually used it there to secure that mid lane turret. So now eStars, yes, they've given another dragon over to JDG, but they've cracked open the map enough where now they can start to sneak a little bit of vision in there, start to spot out where Kanavi is, if Yagao is starting to roam, and get a bit of control in this game. They are 2,000 gold behind, but when their composition can come on in their later stages a lot more, they're in okay shape at the moment.
Looking okay for now, at least. But the gold, when you look at it on the board, it's just 1,500 in favor of JDG. They do have the advantage, but only just for now. They need to find other ways to start to build a lead here. Because bear in mind, both of these teams, they are known for how good they are at snowballing. But when the gold is this close, neither team is going to be able to get that snowball rolling.
And I'm really curious how things are going to heat up as this Baron starts to come on board. So JDG have the highest Baron control in the game. eStar are second.
Xiaoxi, super aggressive Janna play. There's a pillar. Forces out the Fate's Call there from Loken. Very nice stuff. It's not often I get to see an aggressive Janna, but I'm liking it.
Just wait until you see it in your solo queue games. It's not going to quite look like this, but at least Xiaoxi is playing on the edge and doing a really good job of it. And speaking of eStar players who are doing well, Cryan is actually doing fantastic here. I know it's been covered by Kanavi's OP plays at the moment, but Cryan is 3-1-3 at the moment. So this is the year we talked about wanting to scale into the later stages, has been accelerated super hard here. So eStars will start to come online a little bit earlier, but JDG still have these Ornn items that are going to start kicking in over that next level for the top lane of Seal.
And you can see what you always will see from an Azir in these kinds of games. Cryan able to just go to the bot side and just clear things out. Push on to the top tier 2 though, with Demolish as well.
Tower in the top lane will go down. Not quite yet.
Not the minions.
No minions. I'm actually looking at Yagao's build. It's a bit of an old school build for Yagao, going with the Manamune first. So usually we see Infinity Edge into Rapid Fire Cannon, but not trying to rely so much on the crits with this build. It's more about getting that mana so you can constantly throw out these spells and proc pure damage that way.
I mean, one of the most important things about this version of Corki is it's much more about the mid-game. It's much more about spiking with Triforce, spiking once you stack the Mana Moon, and being able to do huge damage around things like a Baron fight. Baron is now on the map, and you can see JDG, complete vision control. That one ward, though, is going to ruin Kanavi. Him and Zoom getting chased down here by eStar. Xiaoxi just wishing he locked in Thresh there, couldn't get a hook.
Not quite able to. Shelby still. A lot of members of eStar is hanging around here.
I mean, what do you think of this Janna pick? Give me an assessment so far, because it's definitely not Xiaoxi's usual style. Well, he gets stunned up, but obviously he's not really the ideal target here.
Biggest problem is that eStars are really lacking any sort of engage. So if they get ahead, it's really difficult for them to try and close out this game. What they're relying more on is JDG and their engages.
Way might have been found here, forced to flash away. 5 members strong for JDG as they barrel in towards the mid lane tower. They will find themselves a tier 1. And you know what? Call of the Forge God for a tier 1 tower, I'm happy to take that trade.
Shelby in the bottom side of the map meant that eStars couldn't try and counteract it. So JDG do pick up their tower, and now we can see all outer turrets have gone down. So with this mid-game spiking team that JDG have formed, they can start to move in, get some control for this Baron that's up, or even look towards this next Dragon, which is going to be up in just over a minute.
Dragon will be Ocean. Let's bear in mind, when it gets to Soul Point, when it gets to the Soul, Ocean Dragon is incredibly terrifying. Especially for the likes of eStar, actually. A lot more tanky members on that squad.
JDG can be pretty aggressive in the way that they approach these objectives, though. They don't really have to worry too much about getting caught out in a lot of situations because, well, look, you've got no real hard form of CC that's reliable on eStar sides. It's not like you've got a depth charge from Nautilus or a Thresh hook or something along these lines. It's more about the slows and these pillars, so you should be able to escape in a lot of situations. So JDG can push into the river a lot better, get vision, and deny eStar in a lot of situations. The safety JDG have is sky high.
So JDG going to be the ones on the front foot for now at least. But then if they don't have hard engage, what do eStar have to do to win out the fights once this Aphelios, once this Azir come online later in the game?
It's more about trying to get JDG to engage on them and then turning around the team fights. The best way to do that is around these objectives where JDG are forced to fight against you. So eStars have grouped around this Dragon, one to take it, but also to see if they can force the engagements from JDG to then step back and kite away.
TP's a little bit late from Zoom, and Yukao doesn't have a package.
Oh,
what is the damage? We said he spikes in the mid game. I didn't realize it was that much of a spike. The exhaust saves the carry. Well, I say the carry. Xiaoxi, he's kind of a support carry.
He is saving definitely in that situation. Holy God, Yukao hurts.
And that's the power of the Triforce Corki. We saw it every Worlds for a good 8 years. And now we're seeing it again in the LPL. Red buff taken, Wink gets that one for himself.
They just managed to buff Corki a little bit too early, so he's on our screens. They're going to have to nerf him to bring him back now when World starts to crop up in around August. But
look,
still, Yugao is making the most of it right now.
Boring farming mid lane Corki, not a fan of. Triforce Corki that wants to fight around objectives in the mid game. This is my jam. If this is the kind of Corki we're going to see, bring him back into the meta.
JDG teetering around this Baron, trying to see if they can, again, draw eStars in here. But Xiaobai is pretty happy at the moment. He's got the teleport up and available. He can look to play around towards this bottom lane turret. And eStars aren't phased. Despite the super fast Baron take JDG can go for, they know that with that blue ward going down, nothing's happening.
And Xiaobai going to be more than happy to split push. Bear in mind, he's gone for that new, improved Blade of the Rune King. So his split push power on the Renekton, a little bit more substantial than it used to be.
Tower taking stronger, damage against tanks is stronger. So overall, Xiaobai playing exactly how you want this Renekton to be played right now. And with that pressure created on the bottom side, eStar can now move in. They got a little bit of vision. So JDG will have to start this dance up one more time.
We've been talking a lot about the power spikes for JDG so far this game, but they're hitting another one because Ornn is getting to the point now where he's going to upgrade these levels, and things like the Triforce, things like the Blade of the Rune King, Black Cleaver, they all have very significant spikes from the Ornn upgrades.
You can see Yugao is trying to make that work here. One-man army against Wade.
Goodness. He's got the package, so he's going to be perfectly safe to just get that harass off. will be spotted out. eStar have complete positional advantage on the Baron right now. JDG are starting to respond.
You can see again, JDG are grouping up as 5 around this objective. They want to try and force this TP out of Shellby to stop the split push pressure, because Zoom doesn't have his own TP available. With Shellby not really in a position to put pressure on towards turrets, they start up the Baron.
Yeah, they're not just going to pretend this time, they're going to start it. If you don't TP Shellby, we are going to take this. That's what JD are transmitting loud and clear.
3 levels ahead for Kanavi. Way's only level 10, he won't have the smite.
We've got the Rend though, it's going to go down. Kanavi gets the Baron, and now they get a kill on top of it. Crime flashes away from the knockup, and eStar grouped up. Cosmic Radiance means everybody's unkillable. Lumao goes in. Nice Monsoon to keep everyone alive with a flash forward from Lumao. The dazzle on everyone. Emperor's Divide can't stop the Lamb's Respite. And JDG, a convincing fight.
And this is where JDG are strongest. We said that 25-minute mark was where they hit hard, but you just saw it in that fight. No way for Way to get into the pit properly to steal that away, and the rest of eStar's collapsed in the 4 versus 5.
No way, Way. And Kanavi, unstoppable on this Kindred right now. He's got 7 kills, and the Lamb's Respite doing wonders for his team, keeping everybody alive. Cryan can't do the damage. Now onto an inhibitor. Xiaoxi wants to contest, but I don't know, you got to be a little bit more careful on that Janna. You're not going to be tanky.
Zoom is collapsing on that top lane turret as well, so a lot of gold just straight off the bat into JDG's hands. And what was looking like only a 2k gold lead, we now find a stretch to that 7,000 gold. And it's all off the back of this play. Way is 3 levels down in Kanavi. The smite fight isn't even fair, it's not even close. And there we see JDG, once Way has gone down, there's nowhere near enough CC or kite back potential right now in these fights. Xiaoxi does his best with the Monsoon, but JDG are unstoppable.
The Emperor's Divide so close to getting people out of the Lamb's Respite, but realistically, even if you do, what follow-up is there? You still don't actually get the kills. And it's tough, like you said before, there's no hard engage from the side of eStar, so how does Azir get his damage to stick?
And especially against this double invulnerability composition from Kanavi and Lumao, you cannot get this damage down fast enough that it's one, not healed up just with all of the heals that are on these champions, but as well, ooh, hang on.
Yagao wants some damage here. Phosphorus Bomb doing a lot at this point. He's got a BF sword. He's going to go for that Infinity Edge. Just a little bit later than we'd expect.
This is definitely feeling like an eStar are going to struggle as this game goes on, because JDG have not let up the pedal whatsoever. Shellby pushing in the top side, but JDG said, we're fine with that. We've got Ornn pushing mid to bring the super creeps in, and now we're going to take eye on your bottom lane turrets.
40 seconds on the Baron buff. The siege continues as Zoom has arrived. Call of the Forge got onto Way. Dazzle to follow up. There's Zoom. What a combo. Xiaoxi, you can't Monsoon that aggressively. Dance of Arrows and Kanavi can't be killed. Lamb's Respite doing wonders. Cosmic Radiance still available, by the way. They cannot be killed. JDG want to win. They will be traded. 2 kills go the opposite way, but Yagao's still alive. Cut down by the likes of Xiaobai. He's looking to win out the fight. He's 2v1 right now, but there's not a bunch of damage. It doesn't matter. Tariq Horn, who cares? They still bring you down. This is going to be game 1. JDG, we said they can snowball, but this was something else, man.
Kanavi taking over this early game. The Tanks Bank comes in, and JDG pick up the win.
Or do they? Way has arrived. Xiaoxi's here as well. There's a lot of minions for both sides.
They're so healthy.
Look,
they don't die.
The Tariq and the Ornn can't do the damage, but there's still 10 seconds till anyone arrives. They're just going to turn onto this Trundle, turn onto the Janna. Call of the Forge God as well. Lumao just getting straight onto the Nexus. The minions are there. JDG take it. It was slow, but they take down the Nexus.